go with it. Hey, you guys, welcome to another awesome Thursday call with our team Inspire Epic Change. And we're so thankful to have Jill Gorby here with us with her team. She's going to be sharing with us tonight about her journey and giving us some great tips on how we can apply this business to our lives, because, well, I'll talk about Jill in a minute because I just love her so much. We connected in Utah on our team retreat, and I just have such, I don't know, just amazing memories of those 3 days, and I just think Jill is the bomb. So I'm so glad she's here, and we're going to learn a lot because she's doing some amazing things in her business, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But I just want to, first of all, congratulate those who rank advanced today. Megan Milburn, Diamond, woo! Congratulations, girl. And then Angel Myron and Jess. I know Jessica Sean, but apparently she has a married name. Is it Jess Connerny? Okay, I'm just
it's Jessica Connerny. She's not married yet, but that's her maiden name until she gets married.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, 2 emeralds. So congratulations, you guys. And that's so important to, always be thinking about, rank advancing, because that is it's a pay raise, and it just shows how your teams are growing, and that rocks. So congratulations, and y'all are all so close. So I have a feeling many of you are following straight in the footsteps of Megan, Angel, and Jess today. So congratulations to those who've hit Success Club already this month. Meredith Fortis, Megan Milburn, Jessica Sean, John Milburn, Jessica Bowman, and Jen Mangione. They are on the board. So congrats. That's awesome, you guys. Just a few announcements before we get started, because I'm just going to let Jill take over the training for tonight. I don't want to keep you more than 30 minutes. I know sometimes I get really long. Oh, no. Can you all see me? It just froze. Can you see me? No. Wow. Awesome.
See you.
All frozen. Okay.
I see you, but you're just...
Yeah, no. It's my internet.
Here. I can see you.
I can see
I know
you.
you can see me, but it's
I can see you.
Okay, if it freezes, it freezes. I'm just going to keep talking. Anyway, I am so sorry. Our internet is flat, even though we've got great internet. Okay, I don't know. But a couple quick announcements. You might have seen some people complaining about that their challenge packs are delayed. It's because we're moving warehouses, and customer service is going to be just that much better when this is done. So the word is, no worries. Challenge packs might only be delayed 1 or 2 or 3 days. So just be positive with your clients and let them know that they're coming, that their challenge packs are still on the way. This shouldn't affect HD orders or anything like that. But we have to be positive, and we have to say, hey, this is a plus, because we're just doing so much with our customer service, and we're getting better, and that's a positive. So we really, be for the company, be on the company side, know that it's coming. Oh wow! No, I'm gonna mute some people here. I'm sorry, guys. So that's one. That's one thing I wanted to say. So there. All right. So, okay. This week, you guys should be building, when we talk about story-based marketing, you guys should be building for your coach mentorship program. If you're a building coach and you've hit Success Club already, this is the week to really start talking about recruiting. Okay. That's super important to stick to the stories, your why, your what, and weave all that into your posts for the week, okay? On November 23rd, we have, Anita is running a 3-day sneak peek, so that is something you can promote. I'm sure she'll be posting more about that. This guy. All right, and let's see. Hammer and Chisel is coming out December 1st. I'd suggest doing a few Thanksgiving posts about Hammer and Chisel and getting some emails getting some emails for your wait list. Okay, guys? And let's see what else. I have a few other things that I'm... Okay, bye-bye. Love you. I have a few other things I want to say about something that keeps coming up. Oh, my gosh. You guys, try to reach out to the Inspire Empire or the Platinum Legacy or whatever groups you're part of and look for success partners. Success partners are so important. Find somebody that you can share information with, that you can push each other, that you can help each other with your goals. Success partners are so important. So I really want you guys to just kind of keep your eyes and ears, your eyes open, your ears open, and look on the boards for people that you see that are doing the business, working, that are on the same level as you, and reach out and find somebody that's going to be your other half, so to speak, because that's really important. They don't have to be on the team. They can be from other teams, and that's sometimes actually really good because you can share information and bounce ideas off one another. So look for a success partner. Let's see, what else? I'm going to be forming a new group called Beyond Diamond, and it's going to be from the Diamonds, and it's going to be a really different way that we're going to push to 1, 2, and 3 and beyond. So I'm really excited about that. I learned this from an elite call the other day, and I'll tell you more about that later, but be looking for something coming down about Beyond Diamond group. And I'm super excited about it because I think it's going to be a really good way for us to grow as leaders and grow our teams as well. So I'm super excited about that. All right, let's see. Anything else? Oh, professional development. I've been really enjoying a podcast that Christine Dwyer runs called the Platinum Edge Podcast. You know, Christine Dwyer is our upline. She is the creator of the Platinum Presenters. I've really enjoyed her content because it's applicable and you can use it. You can use it tomorrow if you listen tonight. You know, what I'm saying is, like, I learned something yesterday just by listening to a 20-minute podcast. She does a lot of Periscope as well, but that's a fantastic podcast. And I just suggest you guys to use it for your professional development. So go to podcast and check her out. Platinum Edge Podcast.
What was the name? What was the name of that again?
Platinum Edge Podcast. I'll post it up in the. I guess I could do a chat even and send it, but I'm technically unchallenged tonight, obviously, with the audio. I have no idea what happened. Christine Dwyer, Megan, is our upline. She's kind of the why we're all here. She started, like, I don't know, 8 years ago. She's one of the main, what do you call them? The founding members of the founders. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's been around forever, but she's fantastic and something else. So definitely go and check her podcast out. You'll learn a lot. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce Jill because I can't wait any longer. All right. So Jill Gorby is a Success Club legend, which means for 24 months. She hit Success Club successfully every month. Good night, sweetie. I love you. I don't know where they are. In your room, in the car, looking for blankets. Can't sleep without them. Not in the car. They're inside. All right. She, 24 months, she hit Success Club. She's hit it. She's not stopping now. She is the CEO of Mama's Losing It, which is just the coolest name for a like page ever because it's so true. Mamas. But I mean, it's great. So she's the CEO of her successful group. This like page rocks, and she has a team that's just booming. She's a diamond coach. Her husband's name is Weston. She has a 6-year-old named Cecilia. Is that right? No,
3-year-old. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, and I'm not looking at my notes. I'm trying to do this off my head. Yes. And like I said, we met again in Utah, and we met for the first time in person in Nashville at Summit. And, I'm just so taken by Jill because she truly is a teacher. She is a person who listens. She appreciates your story. She appreciates where you're at. She just, she's full of wisdom. I suspect that her team thinks the same. She's kind, generous, and she is leaving her full-time job to become a full-time Beachbody coach in just, I don't know, weeks, maybe even. You'll have to let us know. But she made that declaration that she was going to do it. I heard her say it in Utah, and I was like, girl, that's awesome. Because I know that's not everybody's goal, but it's some of our goals. I mean, we can be successful Beachbody coaches and still continue to do what we love full time. But Jill shows how she built it full time and then went and transitioning now to a full time Beachbody coach at home, which is what she wanted to do all along. So I'm sure she's going to share with us that. So tonight she's going to give us some applicable steps, things to apply to our business as full-time men in our jobs, and then how she transitioned to this and how we can apply it. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to let her take it. We're just going to keep it in the grid like this. Is that cool? Yeah? And I'm just going to say, Jill, teach us what you know. Show us the way.
Thank you. Some of those feelings that you have about me, I have about you, they're very much reciprocated. So, and I do feel like we did connect in Utah. That was very, very beneficial and very cool to build those friendships. So thank you. All right. So as Mona was just saying, when I working 8 to 5, the normal dental hygiene hours, and a little bit that I wasn't really going to talk about, but I do want to add in for all of you ladies is I was not really, when I started, I had no desire to quit my job ever. And I was like, I'm just going to do hygiene and Beachbody. Then my desire was to go to part-time hygiene and part-time Beachbody because I loved my job. And that was hard for me to grasp at first because a lot of people were saying, I hate my job. I can't wait to leave. And I didn't have those feelings. I loved my job, but I also loved Beachbody. And over the course of time, I have grown to really love Beachbody. And I did have to it was a hard decision to decide to not do hygiene full time. And for a long time, I felt guilty because I'm like, everybody wants to be a stay-at-home mom, but I don't. I want Cecilia to still be in daycare and still work. So I'm going to still be working. She's still going to daycare, but I'm going to be working from home. So there's all different ways of doing it. So if you still love your job, you can still build your business while working that job and just keep an open mind about everything. You might not want to quit right away and maybe you'll never quit, but just keep an open mind about it and see where it takes you. Just see where everything takes you because it's really exciting when you start just going on that journey. So just a little tidbit. But I started coaching about 2 years ago, 2 years and a few months ago. And I started as a discount coach. I was like, nope, I've tried other MLMs before. I just don't want to do the coaching thing. I do like the product. I want the discount. And I drank Shakeology for a month and became addicted and messaged Anita, my upline, and said, I just can't afford it. Even though I love it, I'm going to have to quit. I just can't afford it. And she came to me with the business opportunity and said, well, I know you don't want to do this as a business, but what if you just helped 2 or 3 people a month and get to their goals? Then it would pay for your Shakeology and you'd be helping people and paying for your Shakeology. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just try it. So those first 2 months, I hit Success Club. And then my 3rd month in the business, I didn't hit it. It was the only month ever, still to this date, that I did not hit Success Club. And I had to make a decision then. I was like, the first 2 months I went way over. I hit like in the 20s, when you first start talking to people, a lot of your friends and family join. That first couple of months, I was like, I'm going to have to work for this. So I had to make that decision. And I talked to Anita. She was getting ready for a free trip to, I think it was a cruise that year or something. And I was like, I really would love a free trip. I've kind of actually enjoyed this coaching thing. It's kind of cool. And how do I get a free trip? What's going on? And she said, well, you just continue to hit Success Club. If you hit Success Club every single month in this year, you will get a free trip. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So that was when the challenge started. To me, it was kind of like a challenge. I was like, okay, I got to hit Success Club 5 every month so I can get that free trip for me and my husband to Mexico. And so I did. I hit Success Club 5 every month that year. And it sounds like, oh, she just did it. She thought it and she did it, but it was not easy. So I want to talk to you guys about, I sat today when Mona asked me to talk about this, I sat down and wrote everything out, just had a brain blast is what I call it. Just put it all on paper and then reorganize. First thing I want to talk to you about is mindset. And this is the biggest thing, okay? So mindset is huge. You have to make Success Club a non-negotiable for yourself. You have to say, if I want to succeed in this business, I have to do this. You have to not only make it a non-negotiable, but you have to believe that you can do it. You have to know that you are capable of helping 2 or 3 people a month. You have something special about you, no matter who you are, that other people can connect with. You just have to find those people. And once you find them, they're going to be your lifers. They're going to follow you forever. But you have to believe in yourself and have that mindset and know that you can do it. You have to tell yourself, no matter what, this will happen. Right now, I have not hit Success Club yet this month. And maybe 2 years ago, I would have freaked out. Oh my gosh, what's going on? But I know in my head, it will happen. It just will. I have to. So it's a mindset thing. Excuse me while I take a drink. Another mindset thing to think about, there you go. Thirsty Thursday. When messaging people, your ad or how much you're trying to sound happy and excited, if you're having a bad day, it's going to come across in your message. So take that into thought before you start following up and messaging people. Your mindset has to be where you want to help people and not, I need to hit Success Club. If you are trying to push Success Club, you have your own agenda on your mind, and people will sense that. They're going to know. You have to switch your mindset around and think, what can I do to help you today? So if I'm talking to Mona and she's talking to me about, having a hard time fitting her meals in because she's a nurse and works 12-hour days and then comes home and can't fit her workouts in, I have to start thinking, what does she need in her life? She needs her time. She needs a workout that's short. She needs a meal plan that's easy. Not what can I sell her to make the most money or get the most amount of Success Club points. What does she need? So right away, when you start messaging people, you need to have that mindset about helping others. Sometimes you're going to send people away and they're not going to be able to order from you because it's not really what they need right now. And if you are able to build that trust with them, that relationship of, wow, she really cares about me, you're going to be the first person they come to when they're ready. As long as you keep posting and telling people that you're still there, they're going to come running to you. I promise you that. So that's huge. Mindset is huge. There's going to be days when you don't have a good mindset. Like if you have a bad day at work, a lot of us are still working. You're going to come home. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to sit here and do nothing. Those days, what you need to do is start out with personal development. Get out a book, get out your Bible, Get out whatever it is that puts you in a good mood, whatever that is. If it's exercising, then exercise. But know that by reading that personal development and or exercising or doing whatever it is to make yourself happy again, then you'll be able to help others. You have to also put yourself first so that you can help others. So mindset is huge. That's my number one. You have to have that right mindset of helping others. My number two is consistency. Consistency of the 3 vital behaviors. That is something I know Mona said last week. You guys talked about to-do lists. So I know you guys know the 3 vital behaviors, because those should be at the top of your to-do every single day, the 3 vital behaviors, no matter what. There, unless you are in the hospital, or even I know some coaches who are in the hospital and, delivering a baby and still messaging people because the contractions aren't too bad yet. So don't give me any excuses. They just need to be done. It has to be a non-negotiable. You need to set a power hour. If it's midnight or whatever, just do it. Get your power hour done at least every day. And if you can do more, then do more. I'm not going to talk too much about consistency of the vital behaviors because, like I said, I think Mona went over that last week on your call. But consistency is huge. I've done the 3 vital behaviors every day, and they don't come to help you. You won't be able to sleep at night or sit down and relax until you're and work out. You just have this in you once you do it so long. So kind of like brushing your teeth and taking a shower. It's just something you do every day. Okay, and then my number 3 bullet point is huge. It takes up a whole page of my notes. Number 3 is take action. So all of this stuff that you're learning, all of these calls that Mona is putting on for you, all of the books that you're reading or listening to, they all give you ideas and make your brain think. And you probably take tons of notes. It's not going to help you unless you actually take action on those notes. So you need to implement your personal development and start trying new things. If hitting Success Club is hard for you, then what you're doing is not working. And you need to listen to personal development, train yourself, and change it up and keep going forward. So I have systems that I do throughout my month, beginning of the month, mid-month, and end of month. And I want to tell you those systems to help me with Success Club. In the beginning of the month, you're doing your vital behaviors every day, okay? We already established that, always. So not just beginning of the month, that's just always. But in the beginning of the month, a good thing to do is research coaches, top coaches, not just our coaches that you see every day, but research top coaches that you might not hear from very often. Watch their videos on how they hit Success Club, how they talk to people. Start doing a lot of personal development and learning other strategies to implement throughout the month. And in the beginning of the month, reach out to your upline coach and have them help you develop a plan, a plan for you to go through the month. Most of us, like Mona, I see her calendar right behind her. So she could tell you immediately what her plan is this month to hit it. And so if you need help, she can just show you, hey, this is my calendar. How about you follow along with me? And most coaches, if they're active, should have a calendar like that. So reach out to your coach if you need help with that, or start doing some personal development and doing that yourself. Okay, so that's the vital behaviors, research top coaches, and reach out to your coach. Now, mid-month, once you're doing the vital behaviors daily, consistently over time, eventually you're going to start hitting Success Club in the beginning of the month. Okay, so mid-month, if your goals are not met yet, I want you to, for 3 days, to invite 50 people a day. So November 15, if your goals are not met, start inviting 50 people a day just for 3 days. It's a push. You're giving yourself a push mid-month, because those 50 people each day, so 150 people, they're not going to sign up immediately. but then you still have 2 weeks to talk to them and for them to see your posts. You're starting these conversations rather than doing that the last 3 days of the month. Do that in the middle of the month if you haven't hit your goals yet. Also, if you haven't hit your goals, hold on. I'm getting over a cold, so my mouth is so dry. Mid-month, if you have not hit your goals yet, I want you to be brave and post your transformation on your page along with your story. Post something vulnerable that people are going to connect to along with a call to action at the bottom of it. That's a whole other call in itself, how to do that. But Shelly did an awesome training when we were in Utah, and I'm sure Mona has that and can share it with you about sharing your story and drip marketing. But make sure to be posting your transformation to your page and connecting to people through your story. Now, another thing that I did, I think the first time I did it was maybe 6 months ago, that really helped, was asking my friends to share one of my stories on their wall, letting me post on their wall or them copying and pasting it and putting it on their wall. So instead of just clicking share and sharing it to their wall, actually posting my story on their wall with my contact information. I just made a general question. It was a cute picture of me like pointing to the white box that everybody writes in, can I ask you a favor? And and I asked them, can I post on your wall? Comment below if you would not mind if I did that. And literally like 40 people were like, yeah, heck yeah. And so I do that every now and then. If I'm having a slow month, it's a great way to meet new people that are outside of your network already. And I usually always get at least 1 or 2 challenge pack sales from that. But if you do it mid-month, that gives you time to talk to people, get to know these new people who are just meeting you for the first time and build that trust. So I suggest doing that mid-month. Also, if you have a like page, boost a post. Spend a little bit of money if you can, boost a post. A call to action post, just like the one I just talked about. Boost it. I usually spend $5 or $10, and I usually get probably 5 to, it depends on how much I spend. Sometimes I get 75 applications sent in, and sometimes I get 15. So, but if you spend a little bit of money, you'll get a lot in return. If you can't spend money, then there's other ways to do it, and that's okay. But that is an option. If you are a diamond coach and you're making a little bit more money, then it's okay to spend a little bit of money in advertising. And it's actually, I would do it. I would definitely advise you to do that. Okay, now, end of month is crunch time. If you have not hit your goals yet by the end of the month, you need to get on it. You need to be working. You're going to be cutting hours back on your sleeping. You're going to be working hard, but we can do it. One of the biggest things that I learned, I can't find the national wake-up call for the life of me because it was like 2 years ago. One of my first national wake-up calls I ever listened to was a top coach. Don't remember who it was because I wasn't really paying attention, but she gave this little tidbit of information that I love. What she tells her coaches to do at the end of the month is go through your inbox, okay? So if you're messaging people on Facebook, go through your messenger. If it's email, go through that. Go through all of your inboxes and write down, get a piece of paper, have 3 lines, okay, 3 columns. First column is their first name, okay, or first and last name. Second column is what you are talking to them about. Is it a challenge pack? If so, what do they want? Like size, Shakeology. Is it just Shakeology? Is it just the workout, etc.? What are you talking to them about is in the second column. Third column is money column. That is where you write how many Success Club points are attached to that person if they decide to go through with it. Okay? The first time I did that, I had 3 pages full of names of people that I had been talking to. And it was huge. It built my confidence. It was like, wow, I am talking to a lot of people. I just need one of these like 50 people to say yes. How can I focus on just one person to get them to say yes? It really builds confidence. You can go through and kind of highlight the ones that are really interested, maybe cross out the ones that say, oh, next month, and put them on next month's list. But it just shows you your potential. You look at that and you're like, how can I not be at Success Club 5? There are literally 50 people on my list. If you're doing your vital behaviors every day, you should have a list of 40 to 50 people that you're constantly talking to about something or another, constantly. Okay, so after you've done all of that, if you still have not hit Success Club, my last ditch effort is to reach out to somebody. So go out through that list. The highlighted names are the ones that are really interested and just can't do it. And I offer either a $10, $20 rebate, a prize, a free meal plan for like 4 weeks. Hey, I'll email you a free meal plan 4 weeks in a row. People run for free meal plans, okay? And you can find them on on Pinterest, easy. So it doesn't even take a lot of work. But if they know that they're going to get a free meal plan in their email inbox every Monday, they'll sign up. I'm telling you. So you don't even have to spend money. But last ditch effort. And the reason why I say last ditch is because I really feel that rebates and prizes devalue a challenge pack. But I wouldn't be posting constantly on your page about giveaways and stuff, because people are going to expect that from you. They're going to be like, why I bought this challenge pack. Why are you not giving me something for free? They're already getting a huge deal, So I try to keep that as last ditch. I try to keep it into personal messages and not so much on my page. Don't get me wrong. I've done them on my page before too. I've tried everything. I'm telling you guys, I've tried it all. But I've noticed that they work better in a personal message. When somebody knows that you're offering it just to them, they feel special. They're like, wow, she really cares about me. It doesn't devalue it as much when it's in a personal message. So that is everything. At the end, I just had highlighted overall, get in front of all the people. As many people as you can. It's just consistency, talking to people, talk, practice, and don't quit. Just don't quit. The day that you quit, you're probably 2 people away from going diamond or something. You just never know when it's going to happen. So just don't quit and keep moving forward. So did that help?
Yes. And my internet was unstable when you were talking about devaluing the challenge pack. Because I think that that's true. I mean, I definitely do offer money back, gifts, rebates, I call them, or whatever. I do it for personal message. But it is true when someone invests in themselves with, a challenge pack. They're usually, if they make the investment, they're usually going to work harder than if they got, a $30 or $40 rebate. So it was breaking up when you were saying that, but I agree completely with not devaluing, because what we have to offer people is an amazing product, and we should always be sure of that. I mean, think of all of us. We all learn. We all have a transformation, whether it's whether it's a physical or an inner transformation from the programs, from the Shakeology, and from this community. So we love it. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Can you hear me pretty good? Yeah, I don't know. It's wacky. I'm so sorry. Luckily, I could hear everything you said. So when we put it up on YouTube,
I can hear you fine. You haven't really broken up at all for me.
Yeah,
so
it's just weird. It does this every now and then. I'm so sorry. It's probably me.
fine.
So when you were working, okay, so what was the transition for you? I mean, I know you talked about, not everybody's going to want to quit their job and they're gonna, or you said to have an open mind even. I know that you guys love your jobs as are full time, but having an open mind I think is important. What was the transition for you? What happened that you realized that you wanted to make a transition to work from home with Beachbody, and B, what did you do? How did you know it was time? Like, was it a paycheck? Were you finally making enough money, or how did that look? Can you speak to that a little?
So Yeah, totally. I specifically remember last summer riding in my car and listening to some kind of personal development. I don't remember what I was listening to, I don't remember really what it was about, but I remember having the thoughts or the vision of being able to help people with their confidence. It's something that I've struggled with my whole life. Because of I was born with a cleft lip and palate, and I think that's probably mainly the reason. I feel I've been able to work through that really well. I still struggle some days, some weeks are bad, but I really feel confident, and I would love to help people with that. And as a dental hygienist, I just came to the realization that I can only do so much, and I was at the point of I won't ever move forward. And I was thinking to myself, I can do more. Not that hygiene is bad or not enough, but to myself, I wanted to do more. And that was really scary. It was a scary thought because I was like, who am I? How can I do more? But I remember having that thought. And then from then on, it was maybe 2 months later. For those 2 months, I was every day, it just consumed my mind. It was like, Jill, you have to go down to part-time. That's when I went down to part-time, was last summer. And I couldn't get it out. I couldn't sleep because I was so like, I need to go down to part-time. And I think that is a feeling that you need to have. You need to know that it's right for you. So it was not a paycheck. My paychecks were not very big still back then. It was a feeling, a gut feeling. I feel it's God telling me, you need to do this right now. And I couldn't ignore it, so it sounded, when I told my husband, he was like, what? He didn't get it because he didn't have that feeling, but he could hear it from me. And it was an easy conversation because he saw it in my eyes and in my face and in my actions. He just knew. He's like, yep, that's good. Let's do it. And then I was good. After I went down to part-time, that feeling kind of went away. I felt calm again. I was like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And I just kept pushing forward. And then that feeling came back. And I would say at like the spring sometime. I don't know exactly when. I don't have a direct day for this one. But I knew that I needed to quit my job. My business was growing. I was starting to get more stressed because I had to, not that I had to, but I wanted to put more time into my business. And when I was at work, I couldn't stop thinking about Beachbody. Isn't that terrible? I feel like you're cheating on like a husband or something, like, yeah.
I think about my husband Beachbody, my wife Beachbody. No, I'm just joking. No.
Yeah, exactly. It sounded terrible, but
no, I understand.
It is what it is, right? And
No, I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. And my doctor actually noticed it too, the doctor I work for. And luckily I work for a really nice guy. And he's really open, and he watches me on Facebook, and he's very like encouraging and like, wow, you're doing awesome, and asked me about it. And so he just came up to me a few months ago and was like, so when are you going to quit? And I was like, what? And that was kind of when I started thinking, okay, other people are seeing what I'm feeling, like it was showing that I needed to be done with this. I needed to move on. And so he sat down with me and he just said, you need to do what you love. And it's very obvious that you love Beachbody and you love helping others and you're good at it. But it was still really scary to me. So he said, you just got to think about it. But I just asked that you give me, 2 months notice is what I need before you quit. So basically he knew before I did. He was like, you tell me when you're ready, but I need 2 months notice. So I thought about it for months. This was like in the spring, and all summer I was like, oh, I don't know. It's a huge decision because I went to school for 4 years for that, and my whole life I've been working in dental offices since I was 15. So I've really been in the dental field a lot. And then when we went to Utah, it just I had a meltdown. Everybody noticed it the first day, listening to one of Kim, a guy from corporate, tell his story. And then the second day in a meditative type yoga class, it was God speaking to me, like, you need to do this. This is your calling, and you need to be done with hygiene. You've moved on. And it was a gut. It had to be done. That was it. So I came home and talked to my husband. That conversation went a little bit longer than the first one because this is a lot bigger jump. But by the end of the conversation, he looked at me and he's like, well, go put your 2 weeks and then you need it. And he knew. He just knew just by looking at me and hearing my voice and my goals. I told him about my dreams of helping women and not knowing exactly where it will take me, but right now Beachbody is where it's taking me. And from here on out, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll stay with Beachbody, but I might also do something else with like a nonprofit, or I don't even know yet, but I just know this is the path that I need to go down. And so I wish I had a more distinct answer, but it's really, I went with my heart, and it's something that I love. And when you love something, it just drives you. You know, it's hard to put into words.
Well, I can see it in your face of how exciting it is for you. And
Thank you.
And I just thank you for, the steps we can take. Thank you for sharing those things. I think that it helps all of us, especially when we're kind of in the mid-month. Well, we're at the other end of it. We're kind of in mid-month right now. So these are things we can do that we can implement when we get off the call. We can put it down, put it on our schedule, and do it tomorrow. So, Jill, thank you so much. And I'm so glad you guys could come and join us, everybody from
Thank you.
And we just appreciate you, and we watch you on our team pages. And
thank you.
So I don't know if anybody can, I don't know if you're all frozen, but if you have 5 seconds, you want to smile for our picture. I don't know. Hopefully people are, everybody's moving. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Jill? Anything at all, though, or just want to go ahead and we'll just take our picture, but I'll let
I have a question.
Okay, so we just have one question. Okay.
Do you have any guys on your team?
I do, actually. He's not my personal coach. He's Natalie Day's coach. But he is working the business and doing very well. Yeah.
Does he have, do you guys have, a script for guys group? Because I have guys interested, and I don't know what to do with them.
No. Because when he first started, we were like, okay, you're a guy, you're different. And we kind of freaked out. And I met with him and his wife, and we tried to re-strategize what to do for a man. And we came to the conclusion that they work the business just like we do. Luckily, his wife is working the business as well. And so she can help run the challenge group side. But he follows all the top male coaches, and he does the vital behaviors. He posts his transformation pictures. He tells his story. He does everything that we do, just the male version of it, so I don't think you should really treat it any differently. I think you need to just follow the vital behaviors and do what we're doing.
Okay. Well, I think more for if guy challengers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you just kind of run a group the same for his wife, is she running the group kind of the same as she would run a female group, or does she have more manly things to say?
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask. I think they're running them together for the most part. Margie, are you still on?
I'm still on, honey.
Do you know how they do that?
I know that they're constantly working out together, and they're constantly just back and forth on the business.
Yeah, I think they take it as a team,
Mm-hmm.
I know at one point we had a call together, and they were dividing up their to-do list, He would do part of it, and she would. I think they run their groups together. Now, I do have a lot of guy challengers that are not coaches, and I put them into my groups with us, and they do the same thing we do. They get right into it. There are actually every Wednesday we have a Wacky Wednesday and a challenge, like a fitness challenge, who can hold the longest plank, etc. And it gets really heated because some of these girls can really do really good, and the guys are like, no, I have to beat them, and it gets really fun. It's a good
I say our
atmosphere.
December challenge, we do a team challenge and invite all the men.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I think it would be fun too.
We'll talk about a December challenge, you guys. All right. Well, thank you so much. I know we went over in time. Always, it's always, I just always go over in our team calls because I love seeing you guys. Katie's like, let me go to sleep. All right. All right. We're going to smile now, and we're going to say, thank you, Jill, so much. You rock. Anybody have any other major questions? You know what? We can message Jill the question.
Totally. Yeah.
All right, so everybody get ready. All right, so I'm gonna take it, and y'all take it too for y'all's own, Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. I don't know. I'm sure y'all look gorgeous. All right. All right, guys.
Thank you.
So cute. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
You'll kick some major booty.
Yes.
Success Club. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.